That sense is a historical heritage. The future generations of both the countries have to take this cultural heritage forward and strengthen it further. The new government and people of India are committed to this.
He also suggested that the Himalayan states and Bhutan could do a special sports meet on a regular basis. Prime Minister Modi said that the Himalayas are Bhutan and India's common heritage, and sharing culture, heritage and tradition will benefit the younger generation. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also highlighted the importance of hydropower development for the benefit of both the countries. He said hydropower cooperation is a part of collective efforts against global warming. The Indian Prime Minister also assured helping Bhutan in science and technology. After addressing the parliament, Prime Minister Modi laid the foundation stone for the 600 megawatt Kholongchu hydropower project at the courtyard of the Gelyongtsokam. Laying the foundation stone personally symbolized Shri Modi's personal and the Government of India's commitment to the partnership in hydropower development in the country. The Kholongchu hydroelectric project is the second major hydropower project in the east after Kurichu. It is the first of 4 joint venture projects between the Royal Government and the Government of India. Prior to laying the foundation stone, Prime Minister Tshering Tobgay said hydropower ties between Bhutan and India dates back to 1974 with the commissioning of the then 336 megawatt Chukha hydropower project.
Chukha was followed by the 60 megawatt Kurichu project and the 1020 megawatt Tala project. With the commissioning of the Tala project, the contribution from the electricity sector to our GDP went up as high as 30%, and the revenue to the national exchequer to over 45%. Equally important, Tala's power now reaches as far as New Delhi.
After the construction of Chukha hydropower project in 1988, Bhutan's economy changed as the country was able to finance its current expenditure from the sale of power to India.
As Your Excellency so eloquently, so accurately described it, hydropower development is indeed B4B. Bharat for Bhutan and Bhutan for Bharat. B4B, with the two governments having agreed in 2008 to develop 10,000 megawatts of power by 2020. I am happy to report here that the projects totaling 2,940 megawatts under this are under construction and expected to be commissioned by 2017 and 2018.
Linchin Tshering Tobgay said that hydropower is the centerpiece of bilateral cooperation. The other 3 joint venture projects include the 2,560 megawatt Sunkosh project, the 540 megawatt Amochu project, and the 2,640 megawatt Kuri Gongri hydropower projects. These projects are in the stages of assessment at the moment. The External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj, on behalf of her Prime Minister, reiterated the Government of India's support of the 11th five-year plan.
The Prime Minister gave some very new suggestions to the leadership of Bhutan. On one hand, he reiterated the commitment made by the previous government regarding the 11th five-year plan by saying that such commitments are not made by government to governments but by country to country. And we'll fulfill that commitment in toto. But besides that, one announcement he made for doubling the scholarships under the Nehru Wangchuk scholarship scheme. But then he told the Bhutanese leadership that India wants to build 20 e-libraries in all the 20 districts of Bhutan, so that about 2 million books should be available to the youth of Bhutan.
As a symbol of the everlasting friendship between the two countries, His Majesty the King hosted a luncheon at the Kinre of the Tashi Chezong in honor of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He was received by His Majesty the King, His Majesty the Fodru Gelpo, and Her Majesty the Gyaltsen. His Majesty the King and Prime Minister Narendra Modi then cut the cake that symbolizes the strong ties of friendship between Bhutan and India. Various cultural programs were staged, including a welcome song specially written for Shri Modi by young students. The Tsering Chenga, or the Dance of Five Eternal Sisters, Lingji Japto, or the dance from Lingji, and Ringa Chudu, or the dance of 16 Atsaras, were performed as part of the cultural event. The luncheon was attended by Their Majesties the Queen Mothers, other members of the royal family, senior government officials, and foreign dignitaries as well. Bhutan-India relations have always been important to the two nations. As Shri Modi said, a change in the government in India will not affect Indo-Bhutan relations. As the luncheon came to an end, the nuns of Zilika Nunnery performed a special prayer for the peace, prosperity, and happiness of the two nations. The newly elected Indian Prime Minister, Narendra Modi's two-day visit to Bhutan marked another milestone in the history of Bhutan and India's friendship. It was a testament that the relationship between Bhutan and India will only grow stronger.